Hi everybody, this is our intro lesson for Monday, and our hope is to make this video less than 10 minutes. So let's see. So far we did elimination where we already had the same coefficients with different signs. So those examples were what I would call ready to add. As the first thing you do is you just add the two equations because they're ready and a variable gets eliminated and everyone's happy. Then the second kind of example we saw required us to multiply by -1. We had a 2y and a 2y. We multiplied one equation, all three pieces, by -1. We got an equation that was ready to add, and then we were able to add it. Now we're going to learn a third kind, and a few of us are going to learn a fourth kind, where we have two different coefficients, and they just aren't the same, right? So we are going to learn how to solve a system of equations using the elimination method, multiplying by a useful number, okay? The reason I'm writing a useful number is because it's going to be a different number each time. Our goal is to create the same coefficient, but with different signs. And that's going to require something different every time. So let's look at this first example here. I have a -3x and a -5x. And I have a +y and a +6y, okay? Now, for reasons that might seem clear to you, it's much easier to deal with our y's because the coefficient on the first y is 1, and 1 is a factor of 6, right? This deciding is the hardest thing. Now, I want it to go negative. So I'm going to multiply this entire equation by the number that makes me have what I want, which is -6y. So I'm going to multiply the whole equation by -6. So I'm going to BYOP -5x plus y equals -2. Oops, that is wrong. And what I'm going to do with this entire equation is I am going to multiply the entire thing times -6. Boop, boop, boop. I've got to be so careful for these careless errors. Now I'm going to have 30x minus 6y equals +12. Now I'm ready to rewrite. I did BYOP, I did multiply. Now I'm ready to rewrite. -3x plus 6y equals -12. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm ready to knit lift. Now this looks familiar. Now this is something I know how to do. I am ready to add. So I have 26x plus 0y, phew, equals 0. Now this might look confusing to us, but we actually know what to do here. We are still going to divide by the coefficient. Fun facts, x is allowed to be 0. 0 divided by 27 equals 0, right? I have 27 cookies. I divide them, I have 0 cookies divided among 27 people. Everybody gets 0 cookies and they're sad. Okay, so now I'm ready to sub back into one of my original equations. I don't recommend doing your modified equation. So I'm going to BYOP that 0 right in there. Well, what's -3 times 0? It's 0. So now I have 6y equals -12. Man, this wasn't so bad. Y equals -2. So all I have to do is check with my original equations. Check. Okay, I've zoomed in a little far so you can't see them, but you have it on a paper in front of you. -5x plus y equals -2 on this side, and -3x plus 6y equals -12 on that side. Okay. And as our ordered pair, it's 0, -2. So I have -5 times 0 plus -2 equals -2. So that means -2 equals -2. And yeah, I can get on board with that. And then -3 times 0 plus 6 times -2 equals -12. That means -12 equals -12. And yeah, I can get on board with that. Hooray! I'm in great shape here. Okay, so let's do this again with another one. Okay? And again, I'm looking for a number that's already a factor of another number. 5 and 3, that's for type number 4. It's going to be a little harder to deal with. But if I have a 1 and a -4, I want positive 4y. I can do that. So I'm going to BYOP, 3x plus y equals 5. I'm going to multiply by 4 to every piece, right? It's easy to multiply by a positive. Now I have 12x plus 4y equals 20. I just have to be careful not to miss a piece. So I multiplied. Now I rewrite my other equation exactly below it. You want to be so careful because it's very easy to make a mistake. And 12x plus 5x is 17x. 20 minus 3 is 17. OMG. I divide by 17 and I get x equals 1. Well, I can sub that back in to my original equation. I'm going to sub in 2. 3x plus y equals 5. That's got small numbers. 3 times 1 plus y equals 5. 3 plus y equals 5 minus 3, y equals 2. Okay, so I've got a nice, easy pair. Let's quickly check. 5 times 1 plus minus 4. So easy to make a mistake. Times 2 equals negative 3. 5 minus 8 equals negative 3. Negative 3 equals negative 3. Hooray! Okay. Now let's try the other one. 3 times 1 plus 2 equals 5. 3 plus 2 equals 5. Everybody's happy. Okay. I would really recommend pausing the video and seeing if you could try this by yourself. The only thing I'm going to say to you about this example is you actually have 2 very good choices. Okay? There's a way to do this with the x's and there's a way to do this with the y's. I'm going to choose the y's because I have different signs. And these two have the same sign, so I'd have to multiply by a negative. But I want that to be 5y. So I will multiply everything by 5. So I am going to BYOP, 2x plus y equals 20. I'm going to multiply everything, all 3 pieces, by 5. So it's an equal equation. And now I rewrite the other equation below. I add 16x equals 112. Now you guys aren't going to like this because now I have to do long division, but I'm going to be okay at that. 16 times, oh, that's going to be hard to do long division because it's a single digit. So I'm going to say 16 times 2 is 32. 16 times 4 is 64. 16 times 6 is 96. Oh, we're getting close. 16 times 7 equals 102. What did I do wrong here? Calculator. Bam! 16 times 7 equals 112. Boo! Okay, x equals 7. So now I sub back in. I did all of these steps. I am going to just erase this so quickly. Okay, I sub back in and I get 2x plus y equals 20. 2 times 7 plus y equals 20. 14 plus y equals 20. Minus 14 minus 14, y equals 6. And you guys can check that yourselves. Great job!